I leave my knife
Yeah,
downstairs. I
yeah.
forget.
TCG said he wasn't in on this one, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting on George. Um, yeah, it's
Morning,
Fantasy
folks.
Friday, right? It's writing Friday, and Dean Powell said he couldn't make it because he has to sleep. He's in a radically different time zone or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Germany, I believe, or Netherlands or
I thought it was, honestly, I thought it was Denmark or something, but
Denmark or
I
Mexico,
Mexico,
Africa, other places I don't give a fuck about.
Zimbabwe.
I transitioned into a line from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, okay. So how's everybody
Carl,
doing this morning? I'm working on some minis while we talk about writing because
that's
trying to
what you
quit
do.
smoking and it's not easy.
Yeah, we got to find one of those things that you can put on your wrist, and whenever I see you going down to the front there, there's a bzz, and it'll tase you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Honest, I'll only do it when I think you're going for a smoke or jonesing.
Well, that's going to be a nonstop stream of tasering, and you damn well know it.
Nah, I wouldn't be that cruel. I'd let you get comfortable for a minute before I shock you.
Oh, thank you.
It hurts more that way.
Shit, how does this go on? Oh man. So how's your story coming?
Like I said, I redid my outline because my the one I put up there was like a really rough. Like I made a bunch of like traditional errors, but I think I got. I'm going with like a roughly 48 scene, maybe 50 scene structure. So it's going to be close to 250 pages,
Wow.
all said and done. Like I'm trying to push myself, right? I'm
Uh,
in the no pain, no gain mindset.
okay.
And but I went for a much more elaborate. Like I spent all night last night going through like my rough structure, like my like I want this to happen, then I want this to happen. Then I took that template academic thing that we're going to be doing for that one scene thing that
Hmm.
I designed, and I did that for every scene in the the 48 that I have. So I think my outline is probably close to a. What, there's a really nice tool in Google Docs.
What's up, Patrick?
My outline is 8,902 words as it is.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just like because right now it's the entire story, but in list form, right?
Okay.
Like this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and these are how the people are going to feel about it in the broad tones, and then next it's each scene is broken up into 5 key points. Crafting, like honestly, bro, if you want to hop in here and pull a short one like you did last month, just let me know. You're always welcome. You always have a fun time on our end.
Yeah.
And I honestly think you could rewrite Kothar in the next week or two and do a better job. Oh, that's a good idea. Shadow, write this down and add it to the list later. Uh, pick the story we've hated the most from Appendix N and write it better.
Damn. Is this one
What?
or two? Oh, sorry. I'm grabbing an index card, and I couldn't tell if it was one or two cards, and I didn't want to.
Yeah. Or you can just like open up Google Docs on your phone and
No, I'm more comfortable this way.
yeah. Just make sure you add it to that thing I pinned in the chat. You'll find it. Uh, just like jot it down anywhere and give it a title. You know, I have it on continuous feed in there, so you don't have to worry about pages or anything like that. Hey, it's some random person named Austin from Big K Kick. No weird questions, bro. Those are our rules, but only for people on Kick. You guys are fucked up. Uh, yeah. So, how's your story going so far?
Uh,
Yeah.
really smoothly. I'm on chapter 3. My protagonist has uh, done the deed, swiped the thing he was going to swipe, got chased through town, ended up in a little boat, and he's a bit of like a magic user thief. So he
Mhm.
summoned a storm for cover, of night and stuff like that, right? Uh, to make it rain and make people stay away from where he was going to, go do his thievery, larcening. Uh,
Yeah.
and it of course bit him in the ass because they chased him to the docks all through Hillendale. He's hiding in a boat, and he thinks, okay, I'll just lay low here. He got wounded by a thing, and uh, he peeks out and sees they've tracked him to the docks. Now they're going to start searching the docks. So he gets the hell out of Dodge. Gets the boat moving, so to speak, and first they start shooting him with bows and arrows. Well, that ain't working, so they bring in a rifle squad, and he thinks they're trying to get him, so he's hiding behind the wheel box and the rudder box. Then he realizes, oh crap, they're not aiming at me, they're aiming at the hull.
They're gonna sink it.
And so he still manages to outpace them because of the winds and blah blah blah. But now he's in a somewhat leaky little one-man sailing vessel in the middle of a storm he's summoned, uh, and it's taken on water.
So, I need to ban someone. Uh,
Well,
the
get your ass in here, crafting.
Oh, he needs the link if uh,
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying the other day, uh, last week, whatever. One hour a day. Just see what you can do in 1 hour a day. If that's all
mhm.
you've got, that's better than nothing. And believe it or not, uh, if you start enjoying it like I do, I'm quick to add another hour,
Well,
or not do
bro,
something else that you know I don't need to be doing anyways.
I'm still up from my show on Thursday, or from your show on Thursday, or
Okay.
my show on Wednesday, maybe. Yeah, maybe my show on Wednesday. I was going to go to sleep last night, but I just got into the groove. Um,
Yeah, that's literally
no, I took a nap Wednesday night. I watched the end of season 3 of Black Sails, then I went to bed. So yeah.
But yeah. I mean, they're we're up usually. Most people up 16 hours a day, sleep 8. You know, okay, you can shave off an hour or two in either direction of doing stuff. And if you've got an 8-hour job, you've got another 6 hours left. Uh, even if like some people, they'll listen to music or watch TV or listen to Netflix or watch stuff on YouTube. Well, maybe you can do both. You can sit at your in front of your keyboard, whatever keyboard you've got, and say, okay, I'm going to sit here for an hour and type and write and blah blah blah. And 1 hour a day, when when you're really in the flow, you can you can maybe get 4 pages an hour, uh,
Yeah.
maybe
Um,
more like one or
maybe.
two
Yeah,
in the beginning.
definitely. and obviously the more you do it, the faster you get.
Yep. That's how I like the
Uh,
other night. I wrote 10 pages in a couple of hours. But mind you, I've had this story in my head forever. You know, and
I've
uh,
had the main character in my head for a while, uh, and the same. You were saying, sorry, I cut you off.
no, and that's fine. You can, we're all role players, here. So there's got to be a character that you played that you already have the story, in
I
your head, or
I've never played this character.
um,
Literally, I devised this character maybe 6 to 9 months ago.
mhm.
Um, and funny enough, Phil the Thrill, the guy you can remember the name of on
Max yourself.
Max's game, he ended up playing a character in one of those games with the same name, Renard.
Oh,
And I
okay.
selected that name solely because it is the most likely to be a best-selling fantasy character novel name for a lead character.
Says who?
Statistically, if your main character's name starts with an R, it will do higher in sales.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. I other well, I did have a barbarian character named Rodan. Like, and everybody thought, oh, you mean the artist? No, I mean the monster. Um,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
that's the only R name I can think of having ever created.
yeah. Also, so I
I
literally
didn't create the name, obviously, but
went on ChatGPT and was like, "Give me 500 male names that start with an R," and it did. And I just ran through the list until I found one that I thought was funny and not stupid sounding.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's literally how I came up with that name.
Yeah. Sure, but if Justice says just rewrite Kothar, well, I basically rewrote the entire thing as I was listening to it.
Yeah. Like I was just saying, you've got the story still. Rip it apart,
Yeah.
deconstruct it, and like add and subtract the stupid, and well, obviously don't add
And
the
give
stupid.
him a different name so you can use it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll give everyone different names and then just like move things
Oh yeah.
around and like, you know, instead of the sorcerer being flayed and hanging from the ceiling, maybe he's like, I don't know,
Stapled to a
bow.
wall.
Yeah. And goblins are throwing darts at him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that was the best scene in the book, so uh, sucks,
Well,
but
I
You
was going to
could
rewrite everything a little bit, hopefully enough to keep from getting in trouble.
great, like if you want to still have him flayed, right? Like have him like displayed differently, but
Oh, well, that
scene,
there's yeah,
a great scene to add is him getting flayed.
that would be a good scene. Ooh, well, that actually kind of plays straight into what I was thinking he should have done for the that scene anyway. He's being held up by an invisible force. No, he should be like as a warning to all the wizards. He should have been held up by demonic chains, and you can see the demonic energies torturing him. In this instance, that's what happens to him every day. His skin gets ripped off of him.
Well, it is described that he is lowered as if a hand of a giant lowers him. So just have like a
Yeah.
giant's hand coming out of the wall holding him.
Well, that's another good possibility. I'm just saying, like the scene itself in the book was one of the best scenes, but it could have had more. Like, oh, that's your warning to other wizards being filleted and just hanging up there. No, you,
Oh,
especially as a demonic witch, you should have they should have like him on a standing on a pillar, or as you say, being held by a demonic hand, or like I suggested, by chains. But there should have been more to that, and that's definitely what I intend to do.
well,
I still like the filleted scene, but I'll definitely add way more.
have it like Sisyphus, right? Sisyphus was the one that the birds.
I think so. I
right.
instantly understood the reference,
What?
if nothing else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not a big mythology guy.
yeah. Well, you know the one where the birds keep pecking his eyes out or whatever,
Mhm.
pecking his tongue out, or I don't remember. You know,
It was an eagle digging
his
out his
liver.
liver.
Yeah,
every day.
You're right. But yeah, you could have like the demons like come and rip his skin off and taunt him, and then it grows back, and then you know
Mm-hmm.
demons come out and fucking rip his skin off again, just like every day.
Yep. And when and this is something he'll have to do. Like once again, not enough consequence. When he get maybe not necessarily a cloak, but like maybe a blanket, but something he
Yeah,
still has to fetch to save the wizard. When he gets back, he'll have to kill a couple demons because they're not going to let him take their plaything.
yeah. Oh, and definitely give him a sidekick of some kind, right? That way you
Oh
step
yeah,
over all the yeah, and like that right there just totally changes the story completely. So now it's an original work. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't want I want this to be kind of a like a ancestral familiar, like a bird of one of his a bird that of one of his ancestors.
yeah, you can do something like that. It doesn't matter as long as it's like a personality that he's not thinking about fish
Yeah.
soup in the middle of nowhere like to himself and then talking
No.
about I don't know a lamb shank, which I thought was like the stupidest thing in the fucking book. Uh,
Thinking about a what?
there's a section where he's
Oh,
like, I could
they.
go for a bowl of
Sorry.
fish soup or a lamb shank, just out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah, it's supposed to be led up by his hunger, but then instead of leading up to it with his hunger, he leads up to hunger, waits a while, and then all of a sudden says, "I could really go for a lamb shank right now," with no actual lead up because that was several paragraphs ago.
yeah,
So it's kind
Hmm.
of misplaced. And even then, as Justin said, saying he felt hunger pains and could go for a grape would have been plenty.
yeah. Well, you could even cut that
You
down.
need
Uh,
to get specific. Yeah, that is true.
yeah, it's like, I need to find food. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then still that's still sloppy writing. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not in the groove.
I mean, if you wanted to add drama to it, you say something like, "In the withered state, in the weakened state he's in, he." But
Yeah,
that's a
but
dramatic
still,
effect.
you're talking from a omniscient third person there, which is kind of annoying, but still.
True, which is my favorite way of writing.
Yeah. Um, you can go into the character and have him trying to forage and not finding anything, like setting a trap for
Yeah.
a rabbit and then waiting over the night and and being sad that it's not empty.
What's up,
Hey
Mr. Matt?
Max, um, if you want to join the fantasy writing thing, we're on week 2. That means we have 3 weeks if nobody votes for an extension at the end. Um, which I'll probably be pushing for because I got 48 scenes to write. Uh, oh, I have them all templated out. You can go look at my document right now. They're all collapsed, like in the appendix N thing, because I have.
Oh, and one I'm definitely going to add. It's not directly necessary, but it talks a little bit more about Kothar's barbarianism,
Yeah,
being a barbarian, I should say, which is him crafting a makeshift shield out of some wood that he finds.
yeah,
Like that was I felt was a not necessarily needed, but a would have been a nice scene for him to have, like saying how much he is a live off the land type
yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah. You could do that. You could do that. If you're ripping apart,
They emphasize so much he's a barbarian.
yeah. If you're gonna
Sorry.
like, and his estate, or he can't say shit because he did the exact same thing for Conan to write that character, which was rip apart an existing story
Yeah.
and put his own twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
right? But he made it
Oh, yeah.
worse. Your job is
Yeah.
to make it better.
will certainly try.
And we'll take that as a alpha test for that thing if we do it later on.
I don't know which story I would pick that I hated the most, and um,
Facing the Frost. It's going to come around to that exercise, and we're all just going to pick that one. There'll be 6 rewrites of Facing the
yeah,
Frost.
I don't even know if I could.
I don't think you can salvage it. I don't think the story there is.
I believe it's salvageable, but there's a lot you'd have to cut out and a lot of stuff you have to add. It's almost rewriting the whole
Yeah.
book, unlike with Kothar, where it's just kind of a
Okay.
extension, retraction. Face in the Frost, you'd have to almost rewrite the whole thing and just use bare bones, and that's about it.
I don't even know that I'd want to be honest. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
No, any of the stories, uh, most of them.
Well, I could have sworn you said you wouldn't mind rewriting Conan
I was
and the
thinking. I was
giant
just trying to
spider.
think about
Conan
that
the
one.
spider god.
And to be honest, I'm kind of burnt on Conan. To be honest, I've read so much of it in my life, and uh, it was a lot of it. A
I
lot of it over the
understand.
years has become more of a chore than oh, I love this character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that one. There was an anime I got introduced to when I was a teenager. I introduced it to my parents. My father absolutely fell in love with it, and he's watched the series so many times. I could literally go the rest of my life without ever seeing that anime.
One Piece. Oh,
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.
I saw it once and not all in its entirety, and it wasn't awful, but it was. I don't understand what. I
It's
mean,
for chicks, bro.
yeah, it's got to
It's
be.
chicks. It's
It's a storytelling anime, not a power anime. Mind you, the main character is powerful and the main bad guy is powerful, but you drop them in something like even in One Piece, the main character Naraku would have his ass handed to him by the first admiral he ran across,
no.
and that's not even as powerful as uh, 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 Dragon Ball Z,
Inuyasha.
which they would just
Sorry.
yeah in Inuyasha yeah One Piece isn't even as powerful as Dragon Ball Z is what I was saying. You drop the characters from Inuyasha into One Piece, they're getting their asses handed to them. You drop the characters from Inuyasha in Dragon Ball Z, they're getting vaporized.
Well,
Yeah.
but would they? And not.
Oh yeah, here's the thing about here's the thing about Inuyasha. Inuyasha is first off a half demon, and all demons in that world are mortal
Well,
beings.
no.
So
Well,
there is
You're
killing
missing
of
my
them.
point because I
And
haven't been able to
and
finish.
what?
Why do they have to fight?
because they're demons.
Because there are beings in each of those worlds that would not stand the sight of a half demon, a demon,
That's
or they just
racism.
simply want to fight. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Vegeta. Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z would attack anything that exhibits a high power level. Why? Because he's got to train to be able to beat Goku. And in the case of One Piece, the admirals won't stand anything that's not human.
Yeah. Oh.
All non-human races in the entire One Piece world hide their existence because humans, by most of the Navy, hate non-humans.
Okay. Okay.
Can't they all just get along?
So in my story, uh, in my story, uh, my hero and his sidekick, the sorceress, right, are fighting this group. I'm just calling them the Syndicate right now. They're like a cover organization that is for a country, and the people in that country like send out fake organizations to like cause mischief, and then they subvert through politics, and they're into slave trading and merchanteering. Um, and I've decided to name them the Jawul, GYUUW. However the fuck you want to pronounce that. Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're the overall
Oh, and
bad
Mr.
guys of my
Max,
world.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, okay. That makes sense. Mr. Max, as for Inuyasha fights because he's a half demon, because he's half human. It goes a little further than that. There's actually a movie where they talk. He literally says he gets his power from no, he gets his demonic energy, his ability to fight from his demonic half. He gets his power from his human half because, in his exact words, humans are more arrogant, greedy than any other living creature. And on top of that, when a human has something he has to protect, his power grows exponentially because humans, when they have something to protect,
Wow.
refuse to give up.
Yeah, that's idealistically.
Yeah, it's as well as Justice
Yeah.
said, it's a woman's
Also,
show.
he gets a lot of power and like driven to madness from that stupid sword.
Oh yeah. Well, the sword itself is vampiric. Whatever it kills, it
Yeah.
absorbs the power of. Which tells me in the end, it's also
It
a
is a
cursed
Christmas.
blade. Something tells me they don't tell it in the series, but it's also slowly
Yeah.
consuming Inuyasha.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Don't they eventually both go to what's her face's world and live happily ever after?
No, in the end of the series, Inuyasha and Kagome get married in the past, and they
Uh,
stay there. But here's the
go.
thing: Inuyasha gets a sword that can literally teleport between worlds. Somehow, Inuyasha and Kagome get trapped in another dimension, even though Inuyasha has the sword that can teleport between
Um,
worlds.
right into McHole. Yeah.
Bad writing.
You call that writing into a hole, and it says it's available on Tubi. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Huh.
I have not watched Inuyasha system since the year 2000. I want to see if it's still
Mr. Max, we're basically saying the same thing, just in different
what.
wordings. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh, Mr. Max, basically reverse of what I said, but basically meaning
uh,
the same thing.
in this. Oh,
Yeah.
there's also MacGuffin. Yeah. Oh, love the MacGuffin. There isn't actually a MacGuffin in my story. There is the the there's like a little mercenary group, and they're trying to defend a town, but they fail miserably. I'm ruining the beginning of Act 3. Second half of Act 2. The town gets decimated. They all flee. The end of the book is them running.
Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. That one caught me off guard. I usually prefer to mute.
But they get an idea of who the actual bad guy is in the overall story.
Yeah.
Because it's
Who?
going to be book 1 of a series. Shh. Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Max, I didn't actually watch the end either. The only reason why I know those two things, one, I happened to catch my father watching the final episode, so I got to see the conclusion of Kagome moving to the past, and I know they got caught in a time in a dimension because somebody I occasionally watch was talking about how that was made absolutely no sense to them either, given the fact that Inuyasha has that sword.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I forgot what the show's called, but the next generation of Inuyasha basically starts with Kagome and Inuyasha's daughter, who, without the aid of the pearl and being only a quarter demon, can pass through the well from the past to the future.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at that Princess Half Blood. Uh,
Yeah,
Inu Hima.
yeah.
But there's Inuyasha Final Act. which is the movie from.
Yep, that's the final season.
No, I think it's a movie.
The final act, the movie. I
No,
thought
it's a
the final
season.
act was
You're right.
Okay.
But it came out like years later, and apparently they have it in Spanish here.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's long. 26 episodes.
Oh, Inuyasha is a long
Yeah.
series. Not One Piece long, obviously, but there's like
7.
there's over 20 episodes per season.
Well, that was 26 episodes. 27 for season
Yeah,
1.
and that's the average for all the
30 for
seasons.
season 2. $57 for season 3.
Really? I guess it just goes up and up.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Sorry. Let me go back to season 1 here. Go to the end of this. This is 27 episodes. And that starts at. Okay, so what it does is the episodes aren't like restarting in number like in Western TV shows. So I can just go to the last season and tell you how many episodes they are because they just number. The total of the 7 seasons for the original series is 167 episodes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And season 7 seems to be short.
Yeah, it is the shortest season.
7 episodes. I could have done math. But yeah, no.
And then they start doing a character assassinations right at the end on top of that.
Yeah. I never got that far. I don't think I got past season 3 when it was on YTV. YTV.
Well, I'm not going to give direct spoilers, but Songo makes a decision that's totally out of character right at the end.
I do not remember any of the characters besides Inuyasha and What's Her Face,
Kagome.
who will remain named What's Her Face.
Okay.
Yes, you see.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee I'm never going to watch.
Yeah, I think that will probably be the case with myself as well. But I like knowing that I can.
Yeah. Just in case.
I've been tempted to rewatch it a few times and been like, nah.
Yeah, I'll never actually purposely watch the show again.
Purposely.
I've seen it.
But it will be on.
Yeah, I can say the same thing. I haven't wanted to watch any anime since Adult Swim went off the air, or I stopped getting cable, whichever it was. I don't really remember.
Cable. Oh. I don't know why people pay for television. Like, if you've got the internet, it's only like a half-hour wait at the most. Are you so impatient that you can't wait 20, 30 minutes for a season of a TV show to download? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nowadays, the big thing is exclusive TV shows, stuff that never hits the internet or another channel, such as what Disney does. Like, Mom and Dad were excited for some of the stuff that was supposed to be coming out on Disney Plus, and like, oh, I can't wait till it hits DVD. It's like, it's not going to. Sure, it is. No, it's Disney Plus exclusive. It's never going to hit DVD. Once they take it off Disney Plus, it'll never exist again.
Well, it'll be on the high seas.
Yeah.
True, but if you get caught, you.
How? I have never heard of anybody going to jail
Disney
for pirating a DVD or a movie. ever.
There have been
Really?
back in the late '90s, early
What
2000s.
back when Napster was a thing?
Yeah, back when
Okay,
Napster was a thing,
yeah.
and there are better
Uh,
protocols
really?
now.
I'll see if I can find the story to it. Disney sent what sued somebody over having a out of print video of some kind that they didn't want to have out and about anymore. I think it might have been Song of the South, but they actually sued somebody for owning a copy of Song of the South. I think it was Song of the South.
Take me to court. You can't sue me for owning a thing that I obtained legally. And how do you know I obtained it illegally?
Hey, Disney does stupid shit. Well,
Well,
big
yeah,
companies do stupid shit too.
Yeah,
yes,
they do it because the process is the punishment.
yeah, but definitely when you take that to court, they're getting the fees for uh, the litigious. There's a term for it, like when you make a
Frivolous lawsuits.
yeah for frivolous lawsuits. You can't sue someone for buying something from you and owning it after you stop selling it. And how do they know they obtained it legally without illegally entering and stealing that information? Because Disney does not have the right to serve a warrant to enter your home and examine your computers, right? So it's a catch 22.
And I know for well,
uh,
maybe this
if
is just California,
if
but
Wizards of the Coast can get away with sending the Pinkertons to somebody's house over cards, Disney can serve
Yes,
a fucking search
but
warrant.
they didn't enter his house. And if that guy said, fuck you, I'm not giving them back, they were given to me legally, it would have been a criminal act for them to take them.
yeah,
The only reason why they got those cards back is because that man was a little
was
fucking pussy ass bitch.
yep, that's exactly it. And I was going to say, right now I can go down uh, into L.A. if it wasn't on
Well,
fire, and
I don't.
literally every street corner is full of people selling pirated DVDs, and guess what? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Oh, at risk of sounding like Shadow, what would have stopped the Pinkertons from shooting him and then putting a gun in his hand?
But what would have stopped what?
That happens a lot more than you would give him.
Not
Keep
for
the
fucking playing cards, bro. And
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
me, like
companies have done stupider shit for less.
yeah, and Pinkertons have been some of the people to do that, but still, George, bro, you have the link to the show. Where the fuck are you?
Yeah,
You
man.
said you wanted to be part of the writing group.
No, I
Like
although
seriously.
now you guys may I hate to say this, I'm looking over here at my I was doing something and I was turning this way and I'm looking square at my big eyes small mouth role playing game collection that I've never played fucking once and hardly read any of them. And now I want to. Thanks.
We could definitely play some fucking Inuyasha, man.
Why? You see that's that you
You
know
can be the little girl from modern day times.
Well, first off,
the control freak in
well,
me.
first off, Shadow, if you're looking at a religious sense,
No, I'm looking at it as a control freak sense. And like we were talking about rewriting somebody else's story. Um,
Yeah.
I'd rather write my own
oh yeah.
story. I'd rather make up my own world. I'd rather make
Well,
up, you
Well,
know,
here, well, here's the thing, Shadow. You know what Inuyasha is? 18th century, not
16.
18th. Whatever, like 16th century Japan or some shit like that. That's all it is. All of the demons. Well, I put italicized demons or quotation demons because technically the Japanese actually call them yokai.
We speak
I don't
English,
know
bro.
why the American
yeah.
translators had to call it that.
And then you hit on one of my least favorite things in the entire world, and that's Earth history. I don't give a fuck. I believe it's all
Ah,
fake and lies, and I wouldn't know where to begin to start to believe anybody about anything that's ever been written.
Well, if it's fake lies, then you're not using
Yeah, but I'd
actual
rather make
history,
my
are you?
own
So you
world
don't
up
have a
and make my own
situation.
history. That way, it's not fake or well, it's
See,
fake, but it's not
I
lies.
just have to say one thing. Our first Space Marine took off because he was tired, and our second Space Marine was late. Just saying. Dean Powell also has a Space Marine avatar.
oh,
Well, mine's Lizzo. That's the space.
Yeah, and his is
no.
Jamie
I'm like,
Heinegan.
fuck, I know I'm blonde, but what the fuck am I missing? Now, thank you for explaining. What's up, George? How you doing, man?
Good. Got a headache, but I'll live.
I've been waking up with headaches from dreaming too hard lately. You ever have that happen?
Write them
And it
down.
wasn't even like a good dream. It was just like super vivid, super in it, and super dumb. Just like mundane shit that can never happen, that will never happen with
Write
people
them
that
down.
never
It's
knew each
story
other.
ideas trying to get out, bro.
No, it's just stupid shit. Like I had friend X and friend Z. They never met because different time periods of my life were doing stupid stuff in a place that I've never been to. But
Yeah.
they're like they're like still 14 and 17 or some shit. So it can't happen. It's like
Well,
I'm looking into some alternate reality of shit that just
exactly.
went completely different, and I don't care.
Exactly. That's your subconscious saying you need to write some contemporary fiction about
Fuck
some like
that.
fucking
Until I
you need
start.
to be the next Hunter S. Thompson or whatever the
Fuck
fuck
that
that guy's
guy.
name was.
Fuck that guy. I looked into him. Fuck him.
He was pretentious, but you know.
Yeah. Until I start working on my Venture Brothers, but
You,
instead of it being superheroes, it's like magic, like supernatural, but with the Venture Brothers. Now someone's going to steal that idea, but trust me,
it's
I
probably
already got
already
what?
it probably already exists.
Yeah, it probably does.
Yeah, but instead of the Venture Brothers, it's like the fucking Hardy Boys or some shit like that.
Mhm. No, I'm gonna flip certain things, not everything, but flip it in ways so that you still know what you're doing or who you're playing or who you're watching, but you're like, oh yeah, this is fucking messed up because the Venture Brothers is messed up, but you got to find new ways to mess it up.
Yeah,
And that's what I want for my birthday from the boy. He's gonna freaking
yeah,
watch the rest of the damn Venture Brothers before I'm too old to.
yeah.
Fear and Loathing. I think I saw the movie. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I did look into him because we were talking about Gonzo, the word Gonzo, where it came from, and it was his style of, he sort of created the style of writing, and I wanted to look into it, and then I looked into him, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and do Gonzo a different way, or the way that it's now perceived, at least in the role playing game world, as opposed to what
Um,
he had to do. Getting a diet soda.
we don't care, bro. You can just like literally say, "I'll be
Yeah.
right back."
I mean, unless you're going to share with the rest of the class, I mean, you know.
I should go downstairs and make myself a hot chocolate. If there's any left.
I got to do the grocery, the every 2 week grocery trip this weekend because we're out of fucking everything. Fuck. As soon as there's like an egg shortage, my family decides, oh, they want eggs for every fucking meal. It's like,
Start charging them. That little brat of yours has money. Make him pay a fucking dollar an egg.
and the worst part, I don't know how it happened. I used to have like 10 pounds of bacon in my freezer refrigerator, right?
Yeah,
I'm down to one.
yeah. You can't eat eggs without
Yeah,
bacon.
that's what happens
Well,
when you eat
the
it.
holidays and some other things happened. A couple of little things changed in our morning ritual, and so we started just eating more bacon, which is always a good thing. But I didn't realize how much we were eating, so I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. Now I got to build it back up. But at least I don't have to worry that any of it like
Chicken.
went bad or anything like that because I was like wondering, you know,
Yeah.
is it going to be good? Oh, it was great.
Yeah. If it's past the date a little bit. Canadian bacon.
A regular bacon,
Yeah.
George.
And we pronounce it P-mail bacon.
I thought it was just back bacon.
No, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Max. Well, it was having bacon with breakfast like every day. Normally, we would only have it
Oh.
like a couple of days a week, but we started having it like 5 days a week
How
and
many slices on a plate?
two.
Two, three.
Yeah. I mean, because we're already having sausage and eggs and like hash browns or a waffle or something like that. So there's no need to just have a plate of bacon. I mean, there is a need for that.
I have 2 to 3, but that's only because I don't fight with that one slice if it comes out when I grab 2. If the third one comes out, I was like, woohoo.
I don't know if George R. R. Martin's part of a writing group, but if he is, it would probably sound a lot like this one where they're just talking about bacon and stuff.
Hey, we're on the right track then, George. We're on the right track to becoming world famous authors.
Yeah.
That's the secret. The secret to writing well is bacon. I know
And if it's not, it will be now because fucking bacon.
I can guarantee you it is the road to good reading. When I was reading the Lord of the Rings for the third or fourth time back in my stoner days, I'd be in my room reading The Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings. It was the Lord of the Rings because they're talking about bacon. I'm like, oh shit, man, I got bacon. It's 10 o'clock. I'll go make some bacon. So I'd make some bacon and some toast. Just bacon and toast. I don't know
Literally
why.
second breakfast.
Well, it was 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, here's a
okay.
So elevensies.
here's a writing challenge.
And it would drive my family absolutely insane because they could smell it through the house. My parents, they were in wheelchairs, so once they went to bed, they weren't getting up for anything. Unless it was a fire, they were done until the morning. So the whole
Should have
house.
been nice and yelled up, "Do you want bacon?"
Yeah, right.
I'm stoned. Do you want bacon? And some weed.
No, because if I would open the door to their bedroom, the smoke would have wafted in, and
Yeah.
they would have known what was up.
That's what I said.
I'm
And
sure they
weed.
knew what was up, but
Kevin's got meth.
So I would make the bacon and the toast and sit there at the dinner table, eating bacon and toast, going, okay, I'm right there. This is for you. This is for you, Sam. This is for you, man. I know you can't have it right now, but I'm having it for you.
You know what one of our writing challenges should be? Bacon is the main character.
Right up-
Would it be Kevin Bacon?
No, what was his grandfather's name? The poet?
Samuel Bacon?
Was it Samuel Bacon? Yeah.
guess
6 degrees of separation, motherfucker.
I guess it could be
Who
like
cares? I mean, who really cares about that? I remember hearing about that. I'm
It's
like,
a thought experiment, but
it's like, I don't care.
no.
You can't make me care.
And do you know what you do to people who do care? You call them pretentious douche weasels and sack them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole thing. Was there was a 6 degrees of separation play, I think, and that whole notion. But I heard it was kind of false. But
Yeah,
it might be
it's
true.
down to 5 degrees now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, one thing they did in analyzing it is that there's usually these, like, I guess you can call them like super social people that know a lot of people. So you kind of connect to that guy who connects to another super social person.
Yeah.
You know.
You're like someone, a famous actor.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. I'm 2 degrees of separation from William Shatner, and then like 4 degrees from him to everyone else on the planet.
Well, I don't know what degree that would be for Robin Williams, but I met Robin Williams standing 20 minutes in the line of our local Yokes. All right, here's the story. Middle of a crafts fair. They only have the express lane open. 15 checkouts. Only the express lane is open.
Yeah.
Mind you, I didn't know it was 20 minutes till after I got back to the shop because 20 minutes of almost exclusive, like it wasn't just me, it was the people in the line too, but almost private comedy with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Nice. I would have liked to have met him.
Yeah.
I forgot exactly what he said, but one of his jokes was about how nobody must work in this place because there's only one checkout open.
Yeah. That is a pretty common joke, though. This
Yeah.
is I would if I was in charge of the government, I would fine establishments for that. I would make it more expensive for them to not have the checkouts open than to have them open. That would be the fine.
Yeah.
It costs you $7.50 an hour to have some fucking teenager standing there checking people out. Well, I'm gonna fine you $3,000 an hour for not having them checking people out. How about that? You like them apples? Douchebag from that movie with Ben Affleck and his buddy there.
Is that your Stewie impersonation?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You gotta talk about, right? No.
No.
Beginning, middle,
Oh,
end.
that reminds me. I didn't like the show that much, but one of the one of the funniest things I ever seen was one of the employees on the show was fucking with her boss by putting the note "sorry" and a phone number on his car. Didn't do anything.
Oh,
Just car was perfect.
Oh, I love
fine.
that. I love that.
And the phone number on there was the district manager.
The Family Guy thing is one of the things I like. I watched the Orville, and I think it took me 2 seasons when the captain would talk that I wouldn't see the dog in my head from Family Guy.
yeah.
Brian, I think.
Brian?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
How's that book going, Brian?
Pretty good.
Nice, George. That's a gold star if I ever heard one.
You don't give out gold stars around here.
I just gave out a gold star. What are you going to do? I dare you to take it from
No,
George.
no, Shadow. It's a shiny pink star in your case.
Yeah.
Fuck you. It's not
No, get it right. George, do you want Shadow to give you that shiny pink unicorn?
He can always apply it later on Saturday. He can apply it on Saturday.
I will, on the other hand, give you a legitimate actual gold star.
Thank you.
Yeah. These are the rules. I give out the gold stars around here, motherfucker.
And as
One of
for
the right
Shadow
size
giving out a
miniature
pink
base.
unicorn, I could send him one. I was painting a unicorn for my niece. By the time I finished it phase, she had like a 3-month unicorn phase. That was it.
So when Shadow finally gets you the miniatures to or the models to print off of those awards for his show, you just throw in the fucking unicorn with a tag for George. Call it the trophy, the good boy trophy.
Fuck.
So George, you'll be back in a minute again. Just as I was about to ask you about your book. Okay. So we've got TCG
On board.
on board. He's gonna write. He's gonna write over the next week or two. I don't know. I don't know what your plans are. You're gonna rush through it. You're gonna rip that thing apart. I think each of the first 4 chapters in Kothar are like 5 or 6 scenes, and then the last was like 3. George actually left us. We are forsaken.
Yeah, he gets his gold star and runs.
Yeah, see how it is. You know, it's not real gold. You can't like take it to a gold exchange and get like $50. It's not even like real paper. It's imaginary. It's an imaginary gold star, bro. Okay, so I'm
So,
doing pretty good.
what's your idea, crafting, for your story?
Justin said, "Hey, rewrite Kothar." It's like,
Oh, you're really
okay,
gonna do that?
You're really gonna do that? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I took him at his word.
Well,
I
I say that because it was 72-ish pages. That's you,
65 is the one that
Yeah,
Justin
I
said.
mean,
well,
you could go smaller, so to speak, by writing anything else.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But cool.
Well, I think there was a lot of verbiage that wasn't needed. Like not just what Justin said yesterday, where you don't need words use the full term sit down. He just simply saying he sat or
yeah. That
something
that
like
was
that.
an example.
But there's also a lot of but I was just saying this. There's not just that in there. There's also I feel like he was trying to get to a word count,
Yeah,
You
kind of
may
like
very well have
Gardner,
been.
whatever it's
Back in
called.
the
yeah.
day, that was a lot more.
Prevalent.
Yeah.
Watch that video. Like I sent it to you directly. I also sent it to Shadow. That Fox guy.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Word Fox, I think is channel's called.
Oh shit. Well,
9 week
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
Yeah.
9 week words. Yeah. By Book Fox. Yeah, watch that video. He'll give you that example. The sit down thing is in that video. Um,
Yeah.
he'll give you an example of like the mindset to be in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you this thing here, this Pomodoro or however the fuck you pronounce that timer, really helped me last night. Putting it on for like 30
Yeah.
minutes, then off for 10 or 20, or well, 10 or 30. It doesn't have a 20. Uh, I really would have liked one with a 20.
Wonder how durable that
What?
thing is. Wonder how durable that thing
This?
is.
It-
Yeah. Roll like dice to see get a random time.
You can set it so whatever number you have facing up is the timer, and it's
Yeah.
got 5, 30, 5, 10, 30, and 60 on this model.
Eh.
And if you
Yeah.
tip it up, it pauses it, and
Uh,
then there's like
okay.
on and off switches on the back, and then the front is the etching is really small. I think it's this one. Oh, there we go. All right, so
Yeah. Yeah. It's just my first thought is using it as a random timer by being able to roll it like dice, and it just you got 30 minutes to do this.
yeah. Well, I as long as it
Like,
rolled,
that would be a fun painting. Yeah, that'd be a fun painting challenge video.
yeah. And then if you want a specific timer, there are 2 buttons on the back that
Yeah.
do minute and second.
that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna.
I'll bet if I look hard enough, I could find a actual dice set
I
of timer. Like, you can
I
actually
know
roll it.
there is one that has that's like the hexagon or whatever.
Yeah.
12-sider.
Yeah. It's like a 12-sider or something like that. But I think they were like $30 or something like that. And then like the timing face is never on the one side because it's got so many sides. They do have ones that are like 5 sides or 6 sides around the outside, and then they got the front and back. But
Yeah.
once again, they're like $30 or whatever for like I'm not. I don't need it that badly.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, I do actually want to add painting to my channel to a degree, but a painting challenge isn't something you should make your first painting
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
As a viewer, I feel painting challenges come after you've at least slightly established yourself. People like know how you paint, then you start doing challenges to spice things up.
What's this? Huh. Uh, um. So, Shadow, how much do you think you've got left in your?
I could literally, call it quits in 5 pages. Um, I
By
mean,
having your character die?
well, no, he's not going to die. Okay, here's the deal. The thing he swiped, spoiler, is a compass that, when activated properly, will lead you to what you're looking for.
That's a powerful
Uh,
MacGuffin.
yeah. Uh,
I remember that MacGuffin from a movie.
I don't.
Is
And it's kind of an overpowered MacGuffin, even in the movie.
Well,
yeah.
that's why it was difficult to get, and it will be,
It
of course.
wasn't difficult. He had it at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, what movie was this?
Uh, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Really?
Each, yeah, and they actually in the story he trades they don't say what he traded, but he traded for with a goddess to get
Yeah,
the
I've never
rings.
seen it.
So
I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I hate Johnny Depp. And I hate it.
it's worth watching.
If she had his soul, if she had his soul in exchange for the compass, Davy Jones would not have been able to pull him through the
Okay,
lock.
then it was something else.
But
Yeah, she is. She is the Davy Jones was her emissary, but there's no way he could override her in something like that.
I didn't know that.
It's worth watching. The first three. After that,
Yeah,
Yeah, it just gets
you have
boring.
no idea how much I
Honestly.
hate that junkie. Um,
yeah,
so it's never going to happen.
it works for the movie though. You follow the Elizabeth Swan storyline, like she's the character you follow, and I guess what's his face? Uh,
Orlando Bloom.
yeah. Um, he's Depp is like the catalyst character. He's like the Gandalf of that story series.
Hmm.
That's why it didn't really work when he became the main lead, because
He's a
Gandalf is not the lead. Frodo is, right?
Yeah.
or Bilbo.
Or Bilbo, and that would be Orlando Bloom. Sorry, bro. Orlando Bloom was the second tier character in that storyline. That was a wham power story.
Wow, you're really making me want to watch this, aren't you?
It was good though, and it's fucking Keira Knightley and Keira Knightley.
See, I don't view it directly as a woman power story, especially given the fact that they didn't put her in a position of power at the beginning. Not like she was trying to run away from anything. I
Yeah,
should say, because she had two men she had interest in, and she wasn't like, oh, I'm being forced into a marriage. I can't do this right at the beginning. She's like, well, I'm in an arranged marriage, but this isn't so bad.
yeah. Well,
And then adventure kind of finds her.
yeah. Um, you just take it as a lark of a gay old time, and you'll be happy. And I
Yeah.
mean that in the classic Flintstones gay old time,
Mhm.
not a modern gay old time.
Yeah.
I gotta establish that because that word has been destroyed from its meaning by
Yeah, I know. It's that's whenever Jackie says something's gay, I love going, "You use that word. I don't think it means what you think it means."
uh, Jawa.
Because I totally agree with Justin. Gay should not mean gay. Gay should mean happy.
Yeah. I blame the Jawa.
I blame the
The
Jabberwocky.
Jawa. Which are the bad guys in my world? The Jawa. I wonder if anybody's gonna get that. Like, they're gonna get that.
It sounds like Jawa.
It's similar to in Edgar Rice Burroughs' Carson Napier of Venus. There were the Zanies.
Sanis.
And
It's
it
like
was
on the tip of my tongue. Zanis.
Take the letters apart and see what see what you can build with it.
Zanis. I can't even picture this word. You just tell me, man.
Zanis.
Nist?
No, kind of like the opposite.
Oh, Nazis?
You got it.
The Nazis?
Because the time it was written, it was written in like the 30s. So
Oh yeah, I should have gotten that.
you kind of should have.
Yeah. Even after you spelled it, I was just spaced. I'm still on my own thing that
Yeah, well, sleep deprivation is
yeah.
not a
Well,
good thing, man. Not a good thing.
normal sleep for me, bro. Hey, Hungar's playing Battletech. You know who I'm really disappointed didn't show up for this? It's Hungar.
Mm-hmm.
Should I message him on Discord?
I don't see why not. It's Friday, fucking Friday, right?
Well,
Hell, I'm even wearing my Hungar shirt.
you still got 3 weeks to join our fantasy writing group. If you hop
You
in the show
slacker.
right now, you slacker. Well, that's the message I'm sending him. Well, if he gets that, I'm going to open the show up to everyone because George disappeared, and he disappeared just as I was going to ask him what he was going to write. And I think we've covered what we're doing.
Yep. I know what I'm doing. Well, actually, real quick, I was actually trying to get your guys' opinion when I uh, told you about the compass, which he's in a boat. I was toying with the idea of uh, the storm getting worse and him, needing to be rescued by a mermaid because that was the way I originally envisioned it for some reason.
Mermaids are gay.
And obviously because he's a scoundrel, he's going to swipe something, So now he's got the mermaids pissed off at him too because he's not a nice guy,
Yeah.
or just having him drink too much rum or excuse me grog, and falling asleep at the tiller, so to speak, and ending up in
Well, he's definitely
some.
not operating the ship by himself.
Well, he was.
How?
It's a small boat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's like 3-4 people tops, and two of them would be passengers.
Okay.
Yeah, one sail, and a rudder, and
Yeah.
that's all you need.
Still,
Or having the character just end
Well-
up in a completely different place than he's trying to get to.
don't do the teleported to another land thing.
Oh no! It's established, location on the map, just not where he wanted to go. But at the same point, he's on the lam, so going in someplace he didn't want to go,
Yeah.
could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
That's probably out of what you suggested, probably your best out of them, because the mermaid, if you want to stick even remotely to mythology, mermaids are going to do one of two things: pull him into into the water, which supposedly turn him into a mate, or just straight eat him.
Yeah, I had no plan of either. And they weren't necessarily going to be mermaids. They might have been sea elves or tritons or something.
Well, that's a different story,
Because you
but
can't have any
mermaid, the most
you can't have any adult fun with a real mermaid. Just saying, you know. I mean, you can, but
well, you technically could, but you probably don't want to.
I'm just saying, like when you feel the teeth, it's because it's coming off. They're meat eaters.
the what?
They're meat eaters.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's why there are a few
And you're feeling
legends
those
of
teeth.
mermaids.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's why there's a few legends of mermaids turning humans into their mates, but 90 greatest majority of all mythology revolves the mermaid eating
Yeah,
you.
I was
Mannerism.
thinking more like remember in the Amber Chronicles,
No,
the
I
first
only
book.
read the first two books.
Well, the first one. Remember how he goes
Uh,
underwater to the underwater version of it?
Yeah.
oh yeah. Which is with the
I
sea
was
elves.
thinking something
Yeah.
along those lines, but instead he's more like
Well, that's a different story.
the random character who knocks seduces some chick underwater and knocks her up and then leaves, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Only do that if you intend for that. Like his son comes back and he's forced to deal with it, or his son comes for revenge because he left his mother. But only do that if there's
Mhm.
going to be consequences for it.
Oh yeah, the as you'll see even when you read it, there's always consequences for this particular schmo. Bad shit is gonna, you know, actually happen as opposed to
Yeah.
everything works out just peachy. No,
Though
that's where the fun lies.
though a half elf, a half sea elf son would be a great psychic,
Uh-huh.
sidekick. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would have to fast forward the story or write, the next 15 to 18 years of this character, or like I said, fast forward it.
Well,
Well,
that
not
depends.
necessarily. Maybe only like the next 7. He could be young.
Mhm.
Or being sea elves, they could also be like fish. Like some species of fish, they come out of the egg basically fully developed. Like not all, a lot of fish come out fully developed, but there are a few species of fish that come out
Yeah,
completely developed.
the only
They
problem
just
I
get
see
bigger
with
as
all
time
of
goes
that
on.
is that as soon as you add the word elf, it means to me I hear long lived. So it could be hundreds of years. He could die before his son's ever a teenager.
Well, that's where are these shark? Well, especially sharks are the most prime example of this. They 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 basically give birth to live, fully grown young with the way they
Mm.
gestate their eggs.
Uh,
Their young they get bigger. They don't need to develop any further.
But
well,
but
I'm
I
gonna
am
hit the
the add
everyone.
the link.
Uh, yeah. Um,
But I do want to take Justin's advice and have some other characters, finally enter the story instead of it just being a nonstop monologue of his exploits. Uh, so
yeah.
I gotta get him somewhere to do the things because obviously he stole the compass to find something in particular.
Well, that could be part of the story right there. Like the sea elves know he has let him keep it, but they have to help him find.
Yeah. Like I do think like except for Zelazny and fuck the other guy's name. The Amber Chronicles and fuck, I'll have to pull up the list, but I'm not going to. One of the other guys. The real problem with a lot of the stories we've done on Appendix N is it's been like world building stories and not character stories. And good writing, and this is one of the things that led to the new wave, and as such was the traversing from writing about nifty ideas and locations to writing about people that just happen to be dealing with nifty ideas and in weird locations. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like when you start moving towards the human experience over, look, it's a shiny tower and things go fire boom. Uh, you start to tell stories that people can connect with more than spectacle. Firecrackers are cool and all, but like it's not a great philosophy or an in-depth emotional experience.
Mhm.
Uh, it's a shock and awe, and right right from here to touch here, and you will get more out of the experience than just the spectacle, right?
Mhm. Yeah, there really hasn't been much spectacle. I mean, there've been a couple of little things, but
Yeah,
well, the opening is kind of a spectacle. But
yeah. Well, you still need like it's a fantasy setting, so there's going to still be spectacle,
mhm.
but it shouldn't be like that's it, right? It shouldn't just be bread and circuses. It should be like
Mhm.
interpersonal play dealing with the bread and circuses. Uh, I don't know if you get those concepts.
No, totally, totally. I'm just I'm trying to think of uh,
Well,
who and how to add
yeah.
to play off the main character. Uh,
Well, just add any like just take some character you like from another story and literally scrape the serial numbers off and
no,
add them. And if it
I
doesn't
kind of
work,
actually have ideas of who. It's just how to get them together. I don't want it to be the meet in a tavern or something like that. The meeting of Fafford and Grey Mouse are classic example of the way they meet. They're both going after the same treasure, let's say, and
yeah, and
that,
they
that,
bump
that
into each other.
and decide instead of killing each other, let's just split it 60-60. There's a great line.
Yeah. 60-60. Which is like after we spend a bunch of money, undetermined amount, getting hookers and booze, because that's literally what they did.
Mhm.
We'll figure out how to split it.
I got more from it that they both want the lion's share 60-40, but instead they both realize that you know that ain't gonna fly because they're too smart for that. I get 60, you get 40. Well, no, I want 60, you get 40. Well, okay, we both get 60,
Yeah.
which basically just means 50-50, but it implies they know they're better than they recognize each other's
Uh,
deserving more than 40%.
yeah.
Yeah, you
But they
clearly
did.
deserve
They
60.
did then just take the treasure, drink half of it away,
Yeah.
and do a fair bit of whoring, and then they split the rest.
I thought they were still with their girlfriends.
Ah, maybe I'm thinking of a different book.
Oh yeah, because they both took women from their origin stories with them, and then later on their women get killed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really whoring; it was just shacking up with their lady loves. From
I
their
have no doubt those two guys were whoring on the side anyway.
yeah, probably. But I mean, I know they will do some more in the next stories. They will uh, carouse across the planet of New One, which
Yeah.
is kind of what I'm, aiming toward in a way of, once he, assembles his band of merry men or whatever, that they'll go and do things that, you know, lead to other stories. We'll see.
Yeah.
But my point is I was tempted of just leaving it with him, in the boat sailing off to be continued
Eh, I'm pretty
before I
much doing that, but you know.
before I go, and write another 150 pages of something no one's ever going to see.
Well, you don't know that, right? You
So
don't
I know that
know.
about the last story.
Oh no, you don't.
Well,
I'm gonna fucking publish that on behalf of you.
Yeah, good luck.
he'll even give you your own pen name, so you better beat him to it.
Yeah, your pen name is going to be Ronald Fitzroy.
No, it was Norma Jean, and I didn't come up with the last name.
Uh, I, I know exactly. Is Jackie home right now?
No, he's not. He will be home Monday, though.
Monday. Okay, on Monday I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him.
No corrupting of the boy.
I want to ask him a simple question, and that question is this: your father has written something that he doesn't want his name attached to, so I want you to come up with a very good and classy pen name for him, preferably his real name.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, Jackie doesn't even know his dad's
If
real
I
name.
wanted to know your real name, bro, I could reach out and get that information with a fucking heartbeat.
You'd be surprised.
You would be surprised.
No, because I know the
I don't
name you'd
know.
come up with, and I would just laugh. Um, but you know,
I don't know. If you were diligent enough, you would eventually find me, but it's not easy. I don't even show up on the first 6 pages of Google.
You know where you show up?
Yeah, yeah. I don't show up on the first 6 pages of Google, and after that, you start getting into weird shit.
Do you want to know where you show up? Do you want me to say your name right now?
Sure, I've said it on YouTube many times.
Okay. Fucking Hoffman.
Yep.
Yeah.
First thing that pops up, if you say my full name, David C.
Oh, yeah.
Hoffman, first thing that pops up is a lawyer in New York.
Yes, yes. Oh no, I wouldn't even have to play the Google games to find Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just find Jackie's birth certificate, and then
Yeah, true. You'll never find Shadows, and he doesn't have one.
well, no, then the names on it, and
Yeah.
I already know the Mrs. name, so it would not be hard to find.
how would you find Jackie's birth certificate?
Was he born in the great state of California?
Yeah. But I mean, you'd have to have more than his first name.
No, I could do it.
Yeah, I suppose if you wanted, I mean, it wouldn't be easy. You'd have to go through.
Bro, I created that fucking list for the Appendix M on a whim at 2 a.m. You think I'm above a little tedium?
I guess not. I guess not. If you're, hold on a second. If you're not opposed to, uh, like you said, tedium. Watch out, dude. My dog is just as bad
I
as a cat.
can sift through the 8 or 9,000 Jackies that were born in the fucking, what was it, 16 years ago, 17 years ago. I'll give you like a 4-year gap there.
Yeah, I suppose. That is assuming I use my real name.
Yeah. I don't think you put Shadow on his fucking birth certificate, bro.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck no.
You put Kevin Spacey.
That is an odd name to pick.
Yes, I am Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, you know,
I choose to live as a gay man now.
he's one of the few actors
That was
that
a
I
backdoor to
regret.
calling Shadow
He's
gay
one of the
again.
few actors I regret knowing about, their private life. You know,
Yeah,
he was great in House of Cards, and he was
I
great
never
in
liked this show.
Seven, of course.
Seven. Yeah, I really liked The Usual Suspects.
I don't think I saw that. And he was okay in, what was it, PAX or something, where he played like an alien or some shit.
He played an alien.
It was something, a weirdo.
He was what you call like a person with a mental disorder.
Yeah, or maybe not. I mean, depends on, Lady of the Tiger, how you look at that story.
Yeah,
Hold on a second.
my name's not Raven, so I look at it that way. Uh TCG, bro.
Yeah.
Anything you think could be improved or worked on? Any ideas? Did you hear you heard the gist of what my story's about? You can open up the document and read
Yeah.
the outline if you want to. Make notes. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, admittedly, I'm bad at that.
Yeah, Shadow never leaves notes. Like he's I never critiquing or giving ideas either. Very very sad. Very disappointing. Like I'm the only proactive one around here. You motherfuckers are slackers. No gold stars for any of you. Yeah. Okay. We need to find a new topic. The show has devolved.
Uh,
The show is open for anyone out there. You can go if you're in the group, or you want just ask me for the link. You were saying?
oh, I have actually not worked as much as on my Hungry Halflings of Feastmore as I was like, but I've gotten a little bit done on it
Good.
the last couple of
Good.
days.
Good. Have you been working in that moving things over to that document and cleaning things up, or still working in the Word document for now?
I'm still working in the Wood document for
Okay.
now. I want to get the base book done before I start transferring things over.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like I know you say that's a process, but I really don't want to have to transfer, make a change later, then have to transfer again in the same exact spot. Oh, I need to make this change here because it didn't work out. Oh, then I have to transfer the same exact spot again.
Yes. I understand what you mean. I would recommend that. Do you have the ability to create tabs in Word?
I believe so. I never actually tried.
Like in Google Docs
Oh,
how you can make the tabs, right?
I think so. Let me go to Google Docs just to be sure.
Yeah.
Actually, not by the looks of it. It looks like I use individual internet tabs.
Okay, so I'm going to open up my my document because I have it open. And okay, see over here.
Oh yeah, that I don't know how to do that.
Now, I maybe you don't. Okay, but even like this, I was going to recommend that you break up each section separately, so they're not bleeding into each other. So it's easier for you to look at them.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you can parse out
yeah,
like the character creation section,
yeah.
the equipment section, like have them as separate, like in the same document, but as like separate
Kind of like
lines or
what you've been
whatever.
doing when you put it into the
Yeah,
Canva.
yeah.
Yeah,
It,
I've been
it,
kind of doing that, admittedly.
yeah. It's one of those things that, from what I understand, is like more psychologically easier for people to digest things when
Yeah,
they're bite sized like that, instead of in the textbook or newsprint layout that old
yeah.
school books were done in.
Well,
Um,
I did use kind of a method similar, except I did it by making the eats little section, and in this case, the hungry halflings.
mhm.
I did not only bolded letters for each individual section, but I also color coded. When you get to a red, you're in a individual section. A blue means a subsection within that, and green means a
Yeah,
subsection within a
I
subsection.
actually found that very hard to fucking wrap my head around from the way
Really?
you had it laid out. Very fucking hard. Um, yeah, but yeah, and there were some things that were redundant, uh, like within the same section. Like I think there was one where it was like, "This is what the section's going to be about," and then part one was just like reiterating that. Uh,
Uh,
I can't remember what section it was because that was last week, and I've had massive points of not sleeping in that time.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I'd have to look at it, but yeah, well, that's what you do revisions for. Uh, but you've got a good
Yeah.
little core game there. We'll let you hammer at it for a few months.
Sounds
Um,
good.
definitely, we should all look over it again. Um, maybe in 2 weeks we'll do another Wednesday look over.
Sounds
Maybe.
good. So
Yeah.
it's
Shadow get back from a cigarette break?
No, I was. Hold on a second. I'll show you.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Now on, whenever you turn the camera off, I'm assuming it's a cigarette break.
No, I was pulling minis off. Well, I had to pee, but then I decided to pull the
Yeah.
minis that I just primered out. It's hopefully I didn't screw this up.
freshly primed mini.
Yeah, awesome. I
In the
had to
morning.
I had to tape up the eye, and
Oh.
I still have to paint a little where the tape covered, but that's better than having to repaint the eye white after it was primed black. So I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
it, but it's
It's got that like actual eye look. You might
yeah.
want to get in there with some like
I've been researching getting
red
a
or mask.
liquid mask. Yeah,
Yeah.
except I can never seem to find it on Amazon. Everyone says, "Oh, you can get it off Amazon," and then I can never find it.
I,
Yeah.
I'm old school. I'm just going to go with tape. Although I need to buy a new roll of tape because every roll of masking tape I have is like 4 or 5 years old. So when you pull it,
That's
you get like
probably a good thing because
No.
no, because you can't get it off the roll except in
oh
tiny little, you know.
It rips and then it just doesn't stick.
Mhm.
Do you have that problem? Like okay, it took forever to get it off because it was super bonded. Now you
Mhm.
want to put it on something and it just kind of falls off.
No,
Ow.
it's stuck, but I was only able to get a tiny little piece like this. I had to trim it anyways, but I, I'm really like, I used to work at Party City before they went bankrupt, and I had a roll of tape always, always, reboxing things, and I developed this pet peeve that whenever I would go and grab a roll of tape, they didn't know how to just fold it over immediately as soon as you're done. You know what I mean? So that you have something to pull, and you're not pulling this freaking triangular strip off, and having to fight with the roll of tape.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
everybody in the house knows that if I find a roll of tape and you haven't done that, it's going in the trash because I'm not going to
oh,
fight with it. It's a buck of roll,
no.
and
That
You take it to whoever you suspected used it last, and you hand it to them, and you give them the look of shame. This one right here. until they fix it.
now,
I suppose
well, what I have to say to that is, be glad I'm not your son, Shadow, because I would start purposely doing that out of obstinance, because that is the most ridiculous waste I have ever heard of.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Shadow is what we call a boomer. He wastes things needlessly because he's like entitled and shit.
no, I have an anger that when it rears its ugly head, it's lucky that it's only the roll of tape that's going in the trash.
Yeah, she's like next time you see it, like get mad, throw it at the wall, and it's like I can send you all back to Home Depot, you fucking ingrates.
I could.
That's where they come from. If you didn't know.
But no, I'm trying to keep myself busy painting and stuff, so I don't go down and smoke.
Smeek.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and I did just get 12 kick-ass minis, or at least I think so.
I think after this show, I'm not going to in the next 24 minutes. I'm gonna have dinner. I'm gonna go rustle up some food, and then I think I'm gonna do some writing. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna turn this to 60. Then I'm gonna write for an hour, and then I'll watch an episode of Black Flag, and then I will turn this to 60 and write for an hour.
Yeah, I would love to, but I can't. I've got after the show. I've only got 2 hours before the boy gets home. I've got some chores.
Yeah, well, that's you.
Yeah, but
We
I
moved this
haven't.
back so you get all your chores done in the morning, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not working out that way. The way I'd hoped because
You're
there's
going
only
for a nap instead, aren't you?
no. I'm doing stupid shit like watching videos or playing a video game or
Well, that's your fault. That's
yeah,
not my fault.
yeah. No, I know.
I gave you like what was it, a 5-hour block, something like that,
No, well, let's see.
from when Jackie leaves to
It's
when
about 9, 10, 11, 12. It's like 3 hours.
3 hours.
I have been doing my workout and things like that, so that's good. But it's just I like when I write at night, I have the whole evening. I can write as little or as long as I want with literally no interruptions. After whatever game or show I'm in from about 7:30, 8 o'clock to
Yeah.
midnight, and I'm just
You
okay.
should,
I'm gonna
you
write.
should get your chores done in the morning, and then after the show, watch your stupid videos and write or whatever, like you're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
trying, but
like you said you would.
yeah, it's just that like after my workout, I got to take a shower.
Yeah.
So that's usually what happens.
Yeah. Well, look at it this way. You don't have to take a shower before Jackie goes to school.
No,
That means you don't have to take 2 showers.
well, no, I do if I'm going to go on camera.
Well, if you're doing your workout before the show.
Yeah, which is what I usually do,
Yeah. So,
and that takes a while. 'Cause that
yeah.
usually involves starting a load of laundry and shit like that. And,
Yeah, you can start that shit before you get into the shower, Then when you get out, you move it over to the dryer.
A lot of times though, I want those clothes nice and hot when I get out of the shower, so I time it so that when I get out of the shower, the dryer's done.
Okay, that
It's
makes
fucking
sense.
cold here, dude. I've got a space heater in the bathroom that I crank up and turn up the hot water to
Ooh.
steam, just so that it's not 65 degrees when I'm undressing and getting into the shower.
And this guy doesn't want to get the taser bracelet so I can stop him from smoking. But he does want to have an open circuit heater in the bathroom with him while he's taking a shower.
Oh yeah.
Because tasers are more deadly than electrocuting yourself in the bathtub.
Oh no, it's a tiny little thing that plugs right into the.
Yeah. So are hair
It
dryers.
doesn't
Uh,
matter.
I don't.
So is the toaster.
I
You
don't bring the
see,
toaster into the bathtub when I'm taking a.
and
Shower.
technically, the difference between a space heater and a toaster is where you put the wire mesh.
Yeah, I'm not above taking the toaster and plugging it in when someone else is taking a bath, but for me, you laugh.
You can just return it to Home Depot. They have a 100% guarantee receival process.
I know.
You just
Oh
leave them
shit!
outside on the
Fuck.
curb, and someone else picks them up. What? You got paint on the
Uh,
eyeball?
no. This miniature looks primered on one side, but missed the
Uh,
spot. Fuck.
yeah. If it's a micro coat, like it's just thin, just throw some black paint on it, and it will still stick.
No, I got to go back down and finish primering the other stuff. So I'll just do that. Just
Yeah.
it's just the lighting in there isn't great. And it's happened more times than I can count. That I'm like, oh, okay, bring it up, and then like, I gotta bring it back down.
You can buy another LED strip for like $4 and just stick it around that area. You know that,
Yeah, these
right?
were like $25 because they got the remote and everything. But yeah, I know what you mean. Or I could just, put more lighting in there. Uh,
Yeah. Buy a
Real light.
lamp.
Ah,
Buy a
shit.
lamp.
You
Get an
hate that
electrician.
when you're dry brushing and you didn't get enough paint off the brush.
Oh, yeah, it's because you're not paying attention. You're
Yeah.
craving
No,
that tobacco too much.
no,
But
no,
like
no. It's
this,
not that. It's just that I'm using a small brush and I thought I got it all off, and
yeah.
it's
So,
okay.
George, are you still out there? What the fuck happened to you? Well, last I heard was BBI. What the fuck does that mean?
BBL. Be back later.
Be back later. That would make sense.
And by later, he means Saturday.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 17 minutes, 10 seconds. 'Cause I'm cutting it off at
So, you doing any painting, Justin, or are you just mostly writing?
mostly writing. The cleanup is very good.
The what?
The cleanup is very good.
Oh yeah, from
I like the cleanup for writing.
you take your coffee cup, put it in the sink.
I don't wash my fucking cup. What am I, some sort of fucking gay ass woman? I just fill it with more liquid. Drinks more.
It's still
That's
wet.
that's how you clean a cup when you're a man. Maybe you take the sleeve of a shirt that's going into the wash and just give it a quick wipe out. Oh, oh. It's called Camp Clean.
It's called what? Camp clean.
Yeah, it's about the level of cleaning you do when you're out camping.
It depends.
Is there anything visibly caked on it? No, then it's clean. Does it smell like bacterial mold? No, then you're okay. Healthy, hygienic. This guy. I feel like you can start singing a song from Sesame Street now. Two of these things are not like the other. Two of these things are not the same. Oh, okay. So, you guys gotta like participate in the conversation before Shadow
What the
burns
fuck?
his house down.
That's actually the carbon
Yeah.
monoxide detector. I think it needs a new battery already.
Well, someone farted.
That would be Grandma or Chewy.
It was definitely Shadow.
Yeah, no.
Try blaming that one on the dog.
Yeah. So,
You guys ready for tomorrow?
tomorrow,
More
tomorrow's
robots?
more robots.
Well, I think we're going to mostly just go and start talking about cybernetics, I guess.
Mm,
Because it was robots, cybernetics, and androids, just so we could milk it again.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. What's the cybernetics is like implants and shit.
Full, limbs, things like that. Fuck, sorry guys.
Yeah. This guy. He's got worse smoke.
Well,
I
whatever you
just
do,
replaced
Shadow,
the
don't light
battery
a
on that
match.
fucking thing.
Yeah. This guy's got worse smoke detector control than the fucking fire commissioner of California.
I'm telling you, man.
I just
But
love that one episode, the one interview, like the first one I saw of her, and it's just like chirp, chirp, chirp. It's like you are literally the person in charge of firefighting, and you don't know how to maintain a fucking smoke detector.
The one that got me was that big gigantic dyke who said, if I've got to live carry you out of the building, it's your fault basically.
Yeah, and you did not immediately get terminated from your employment.
Mm-hmm. That sends such an awful message. Mind
Yeah,
you, this she beast is outweighs me by double.
yeah,
She's easily 6'2", 350 pounds, easy. You can't lift a 200-pound dude.
yeah. Well, you know, uh,
You got no business being in the fire department. I mean, it's just like,
it's literally the job.
mm-hmm.
She beast.
And the
Well,
fact he,
I,
the
I
fact he
now know.
still
I
has
now
a
know the sidekick to your character. She beast.
no.
Oh, well, that is literally the mindset of a lot of modern idiots, especially women. It's not if it's not my fault, it's not my problem.
No, even if it is my
Like
fault, it's not
my
my
sister
problem.
literally.
Uh,
Well, no, I'm referring to things that like such as the
yeah,
firefighter. The firefighter bitch saying, "Well, if you passed out in there, it's not my problem to get you. It's your own damn fault." And my sister, for an excellent example, literally told me I am not responsible for what my children do after her kids destroyed some of my
I'm
shit.
like, oh well, then don't let them in my house because I won't be responsible for what I do when they do something like that again.
yeah,
In which case, I'm on the hook for
yeah,
child
Oh, they
abuse.
got to catch you, and someone's got to report him missing.
yeah. You're not. He's not gonna fucking kill his nephews, bro.
I didn't say kill.
He's not gonna drive his nephews to Home Depot and leave them in the fucking parking lot after giving them spray tan.
I was thinking more like just take him to Vegas and leave him in the desert, and if they make it home, they make it home.
You can't go to fucking Vegas. He lives in a shed. You can afford that.
No.
But there's always somebody trying to buy human organs. So, like,
It's
just call Hillary Clinton and tell them you got a new supply for her. Oh,
I'm pretty sure. Well, there ain't no human organ that's not going to reject itself from her nasty ass.
she grinds them up into a pate and eats them on crackers.
That I can buy.
Oh, or she trades them to her masters. Oh. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up about 10 minutes early today.
Yes, this conversation has deeply
Yeah.
devolved.
Oh,
We're talking about sacrificing my
I
nephews to a
wasn't talking
demon.
about sacrificing them to a demon.
Yeah.
I was talking about leaving them in Vegas in the middle of the desert.
And I said it was more plausible for you to sacrifice them to a demon. Technically,
Yeah.
I didn't say do it. I said it was more plausible than you delivering them to Vegas. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you start a GoFundMe to get crafting enough money to afford the trip to Vegas? How would you have to reword that?
So we got this fun.
Fat man
He wants
blows.
to go to like Gen Con.
No, it's simple. Fat man blows wad.
Oh, get you later.
I'll get funded instantly.
Oh,
Yeah,
Of course, Shadow will definitely demand 50% because I've stolen his ideas.
yeah.
I don't know. If you film it, I'll go for 35.
I'm Shadow's business manager. You have to send the money to me, and I'll see that he gets it. Honest, he'll get it all.
Minus
Yeah,
rounding error,
yeah.
anyway.
He'll get the 5%.
5% of what $8 is what?
I don't know, but I got a calculator around here. Okay. I'm definitely gonna call it now. Tomorrow night, cyborg shit on Shadow Show.
Yep,
Robot boobies. That's what we're talking
cyber
about.
boobs.
Cyber boobs.
All
And
kinds of
then,
would you call it extra features you could add? You
yeah.
know,
And then
shit.
TCG. You doing anything? You gonna be anywhere?
You got a game with Bruce?
Not really. No, that's
Okay.
Well, you'll
next
be
week.
with us tomorrow night. Assuming nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. That also partially depends on when Bruce's game ends. I like
Okay.
watching to the end.
So you won't be with us tomorrow night because this is the game that never ends. It keeps on playing on and on, my friend, until someone makes a move. On I can't adapt the rest of the fucking Lamb Chop song. Bruce's games are longer than the Lamb Chop song. It keeps on going on and 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 on until the end, and then it starts over again. The guy works in a pocket timeline because he uses all of the real world timeline to play mediocre D&D on YouTube.
What actually game is he playing?
Currently, he's playing Pathfinder for
Hmm.
the high level, but for the game I'm in, it is his game of his
Okay,
own creation.
I thought he'd given up on Pathfinder.
Toilet paper.
His high level group doesn't want to give up on it till at least they finish this campaign.
We have a strict policy of referring it by its actual name on this channel, and that
Okay.
is toilet paper.
Especially with all the nonsense that Paizo's been doing in the last couple of weeks. You'd think that he'd be like, I'm out. Fuck you guys.
What has Paizo been doing?
Just woke bullshit, more of the same, you know. They got wind that JD Vance played Pathfinder, and one of the creators was demanding that he return the books because they don't want a fascist playing their game.
I resent that remark. My illegitimate clone is not a fascist. If he was, I'd
I
have
mean,
some
but
respect for him.
but can you imagine the fucking nerve? Wait a minute. I bought something. I'm doing whatever the hell I want with it legally, and you think I'm going to send it to you
Yeah,
free of
extortion.
charge? No harm, no foul. Not realizing, or maybe realizing that no matter how you look at the guy, um, 10, 20, 50 years from now, if his name is in those books, JD Vance, property
Yeah,
of, will be worth 10 times what they're worth now,
if not
which,
more.
isn't much, but you know what I mean? Just because it's an autographed copy of, you know,
Well,
something
they'll probably be in his vice presidential library or whatever,
it could be, but more,
right next to his curry pot and a diagram on how to shit in the street.
um, but because like right now, I'm literally bidding on an autographed player's handbook by Gary Gygax,
Yeah.
and it's probably now over $100, and I'm guessing it's probably going to hit the like $250 range, if not more, for what's
Hmm.
essentially $40 to a $50 book on the open market. Otherwise,
Yeah, double in value.
hmm
Um, minimum.
but
But
yeah,
yeah,
I would figure Bruce, being the way he is, would be like, yeah, I can't play this game anymore.
I know he was planning on giving up Pathfinder as soon as he was done with the high level campaign, which is, I think he said, going to wrap up within the next 2 years,
2
if not
years,
sooner.
fuck.
I'm really upset that I'm still in this guy's game. Right?
Yeah, you are. I can see it every session. You just get more frustrated and more dejected, or what's the word I'm looking for? Disgusted. Yes.
I am absolutely disgusted. It lasted more than 3 fucking months.
Yeah, but if it hadn't, you wouldn't be where you are now. And uh, I think you got another year in you.
Yeah, I'll stick it out. Bro, because you're my bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate.
And,
I've never actually
it's the
played
only way I can keep you in front of me.
a campaign more than that was like, sorry.
I said, and it's the only way I can keep you in front of me.
I've never actually played a campaign until Bruce's campaign that was more than a couple of weeks. Every single time I tried to play as a player or get one going as a GM, everybody was like, "Okay, that was good for a couple of sessions. Move next game."
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, for me, it's the opposite. Almost every game I've ever been in was, years to decades long, and the whole idea of one shots, other than at conventions, was just completely alien to me until I started meeting you guys and everybody else talking about it. I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I only want to be in for 4 or 5 sessions? Uh,
Well, a one shot's supposed to be one session,
right.
but
Yeah, I call 4 or 5 sessions a
yeah.
mini
I
campaign.
call it the standard bill of fare from the current generation of gamers whose attention span is almost non-existent.
I much prefer things
Yeah.
structured around like a 4 to 5 session, maybe like an 8 session max loop, right? Like, so we go into something, and by the fourth or eighth session, that loop is wrapped up. So if we want to call it quits, like the story's resolved. But if we
Mhm.
want to keep on going and see what else is out there, something new can pop up. You know what I mean?
Sort of. The only exception, I guess, besides one shots or something like that for me would be testing out a brand new game. I've never played this game before. Let's see how it runs. I've read the book. I've got an idea for an adventure. Let's try it. And if people would rather go back to something else, fine. But let's give it a try because this is where, especially for GMs, they get a new game. You know damn well they already want to run it immediately. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's not entering their collection.
yeah.
And that's kind of something I got really frustrated with when I first started hanging out with folks like you guys. Is it's like, oh, I'm gonna run this campaign. Oh no, I'm gonna run this campaign. No, I'm gonna run, and none of them got ran. You know,
I
but they
fucking
got
hate it myself. It's like it's why you've only ever seen me buy the one book, and I mostly liked it because of the art layout and the thing. And I played it a couple of times on their Discord and with a friend here, and I wouldn't mind playing some fucking Mork Borg with you guys, but you're all like, it's too grim, dark, and disturbing for my poor, sensitive, innocent little
no,
virgin
it's not too
unicorn
it's not too
butthole.
dark. It's just
Well, not you.
yeah, I was gonna say.
You don't have a virgin butthole.
I haven't read it.
No, uh, it doesn't. Like a lot of games out there, they don't seem like they have the capacity to sustain a longer campaign. It's like okay, it's like Call of Cthulhu. Okay,
Yeah.
I know in the current mindset that my character's going to die, which I
The game is designed to either last between like 10 sessions or maybe 5 sessions and 100 sessions. That there's the options to extend it,
right.
and I would
And
have no problem playing without the apocalypse mechanic, just the rest of
oh
the
no, I
world.
was talking about Call. I thought you were talking about Call of Cthulhu.
No,
Um,
fuck Call of Cthulhu. I don't give a shit about no Call of Cthulhu bullshit. It's a
uh,
Morkborg. I only play motherfucking Morkborg. Goddamn
I see
Call of
Call of
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu being kind of the same thing. It's like there is no way to um, make it out alive. You are going to be freaking horribly scarred or dead.
Yeah,
Period.
well, that's when like you've achieved your objective, right? Like your quest goal, and then you just let those players sail off into the sunset and go play something else.
Every
Um,
everybody I've ever talked to about it, it's like, and forget about ob- uh, achieving that objective because that's just not going to happen. It's really just a test of how long before you die. And to
well,
me, my
I
response is,
I think you would find it fun if you like the way like I play my character. If you like the way Alice played in your campaign, right? Or you like the way Armstrong plays his characters, like these are the kinds of characters I'd want to see in a Mork Mork game, but a little more grimdark.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
I don't want to be in a game where there's literally no chance of survival.
Well,
Period. Because I'm better off not playing.
I wouldn't play it that way, but it's got apparently like I've only seen a few people die in the thing, but mind you, I've only played a handful of games of it. Uh, but yeah, like there's some challenge. It's a little more bloodier than most, but not as bloody as it could be. Maybe I should break my DM fucking cherry and host it for you guys or whatever.
I'll be down with that.
Yeah,
Because
the rule book's free. It's on their website, like the full fucking rule book. I'm about to message it the website to TCG for the fifth time, and I will send it to you as well. There is just open it. We're gonna wrap up here. This, this, and this. Now we'll go to the top of the screen. So when you open the website, it's this, and then you scroll down, and it does a lot of nice, pretty stuff. And then right here, see this right here, the rule book, English standard. Did it switch over to the PDF? No. Once I clicked on that right there, it immediately opened the PDF for the rule book.
Okay, quick question before we go.
Oh wait, no, not that one. This one right here.
Okay, real quick question.
Yeah.
What the
can hear
fuck
you.
does Morkborg mean? I always, every time I heard about it, I assumed it had something to do with the the orc god Mork and Gork, even though uh,
It literally says on like the first page. So not this yellow one. This is the quick sheets. This one right here. Morkborg bare bones edition. It just doesn't have all the art like the super detailed art. It's Swedish. It means dark fort.
oh, okay.
That's it. It's just dark fort.
And Shadow, you were thinking Morka Gorka.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, just excuse me. Oh, shit! I gotta turn off that. Yeah. It's just the first, my first encounters with the name. I'm like, oh, it's an orc game.
Yeah, no, it's not an orc game. It's
That's good.
there is a like 'cause their license is open. There is an orc version of it, but it's made by a third party. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up because that was my phone call saying
Yeah, and I got chores to get to, and the weekend to
Yeah.
prepare for, and maybe have some lunch.
ooh yeah, it's noon for you. It's dinner for me. Okay, party on
Trails,
everyone.
folks. Have a great weekend.